In this class, we are going to prove a very important result, that is nothing but the set of primes is infinite, and we are going to prove it by contradiction. So, here I will assume that on contrary, assume that set of primes is finite, or you can say there are finitely many primes. Okay. So, on contrary, we are assuming that there are finitely many primes p1, p2 up to pk. I hope you are getting the meaning of this result. The meaning is like you know that 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 and so on. These are prime numbers, right? So, this sequence will never terminate. This is the meaning. We will be never able to tell what is the last prime number. I mean, I hope you are getting 2, 3, 5, 7. This is a sequence, right? 7, then 11, 13 and so on. So, it is not possible for us to tell what is the last number of this sequence. In other words, this sequence goes on continuing. No one knows which is the uh, last prime number. I mean, it goes on continuing. So, in other words, the set of primes is infinite. There are infinitely many primes. So, we are going to prove it by contradiction. So, on contrary, we are going to assume that there are finitely many primes. So, the primes that we know at present are only p1, p2 up to pk. So, this much primes are only present in the world right now. That is what we have assumed. Now, note that n is equal to p1 multiplied by p2 multiplied by p3 so on pk plus 1 is a positive integer. Everyone agrees with me? Yes. Now, since this is a positive integer, according to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, we can express it as a product of primes. So, I will say by fundamental theorem of arithmetic, n can be written as product of primes. So, since n can be written as product of primes, but the only primes that we know are p1, p2 up to pk. So, whatever the primes are there in the factorization of n, they will be one of or they will be among p1, p2 आणि pk. याच्यापैकीच ते prime numbers असणार in the factorization of n. So, I will say thus n is divisible by some prime number, say p. Okay. So, whatever we have done is we have written n as a product of primes, but whatever primes are involved in that product, they will be one of what p1, p2, p1, p2 up to pk, and we are calling that prime number as p. Okay. I will just write here, note that p is one of p1, p2 and so on up to pk. Now, since p is one of p1, p2 up to pk, p is going to divide the product, right? So, therefore, p will divide p1, p2 and so on up to pk. And we also know that this n is divisible by p from here. Okay, let us call it as 1, this is 2, 3. So, from 2, what we have, p divides n, that is nothing but if we put the value of n from 1, we are having the value of n as p1, p2 so on pk plus 1. So, observe this third and fourth equations properly. We have p divides a, let us say, we have p divides b, let us say, and we already know that if we are having a divides b, a divides c, then a always divides b plus c or b minus c, whatever we want as per our requirement. So, here we can conclude that p will divide this p1, p2, pk plus 1 minus what, this p1, p2, p1, p2 up to pk. So, Therefore, we will divide, this is by using 3, 4 and property of divisibility. What does it imply? This implies p will divide 1, right? Because this term and this term will get cancelled out. Now p divides 1 means what? What are the divisors of 1? So this implies p will be equal to plus or minus 1. But is it true? According to the definition of prime number, an integer greater than 1 is said to be prime if so and so condition is satisfied. But over here we are getting the value of p as plus or minus 1, which is not true, right? So I'll say which is a contradiction. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, what should be right? Therefore, the set of primes is infinite. So that's all for class. Thank you.